Hey, John, what's up?
Oh, not much. Just talking to you.
Hanging out, right?
Yeah, just hanging out down here doing interviews today.
Cool, cool, cool. Jon Oliva, the magic voice of Sabotage everywhere else. Everybody wants to hear you now.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, new album, Raise the Curtain. I've been listening to it this morning. A lot of tracks I really loved, and yet my favorite track is the bonus track.
Well, thank you.
You know?
I love the bonus track.
Yeah, it's the bonus track is The Truth.
Yes.
And I feel it has like a little Beatles flair in there, you know?
Yeah, well, that song is actually the first acoustic song that Chris and I ever wrote together.
Right.
And I was going back. It was supposed to be an instrumental. He was going to play like some flamenco guitar stuff over it, and when I dug it up, I was like, we decided to put lyrics to it and stuff. But yeah, it's a cool track, and it's, it was our first ballad that we wrote together, kind of, so that was cool.
Very cool, very cool. How emotional was it working on this new release?
Well, it's very emotional because, it was the last stuff that I had of his. So, that was kind of sad in a way because, Chris has been a part of all the J.O.P. records that I've done. There's been pieces of his music on every album. And, it just got down to where I've used everything. And, it's kind of weird that this last group of riffs and stuff were actually the earliest songs we ever wrote together. I mean, these songs are written before Sirens or Dungeons or, all that stuff. So it's just kind of weird how it ends with the stuff that we started with.
Cool.
I thought that was weird.
Very cool. And it's a really a wide range of different styles. I mean, listening to it, like even Raise the Curtain, I get the feel of a little bit of Yes and Styx, and then you go to other songs like 10 Years, and I feel like an Alice Cooper feel. So like, you really get a good range of songs on the CD.
Well, Brian, I purposely steal from everybody.
That's great.
So yes, you'll hear 100 different bands that I ripped off on this album.
Wow.
This album's a lot of influences. My influences. Like you mentioned, Alice Cooper on 10 Years. That was one of the reasons why I decided to use real horn players.
Cool.
From Welcome to My Nightmare and remembering the horns in that, and you just can't fake that sound. You can't get that sound on keyboards. It's
right.
not. And, so yeah, there's a lot. I've ripped off everybody on this album. I even ripped off myself.
Wow. Yeah, and that's a great album cover. I love the cover.
Yeah. The album cover came out really well. I was very pleased with that. And the artist over there in Germany is just, what was his name? Thomas. I keep forgetting his name. Thomas is a great artist, and he's done all the J.O.P. album covers as well. And I thought he did a really good job because Chris Kinder and I sent him like a rough idea of what we were thinking of. I mean, with like stick figures and stuff.
Wow.
And he turned it into something really beautiful.
Cool. Now, when you go out and tour, is it much different than the earlier days of the band?
Oh yeah, I mean, I have to take Geritol and shit now. No, it's a lot different. Father Time, no pun intended, creeps up on you, and it gets a little harder. When you get as old as I am. What am I? 28 now?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I go into the shower, I have gray hair, I come out, I have dark hair, and I tell my kids I got magic water. It works,
It does work, man. Yeah, I know what you're saying, man.
So what do you plan on touring with this release?
Yeah, I'm going to do something in late November, early December in America here. It's like a storytellers type of deal.
Cool.
And basically going to, feature some stuff from this record. And it's going to be just me and Chris Kinder. And I'm going to take you through the whole history of Sabotage, TSO, J.O.P., and tell some great stories and play some original versions of some stuff that people never heard before.
Cool. Now,
kind of go through the whole thing and have some fun.
Right. Now, when you're playing a song, do you feel like some songs need to be played acoustic instead of like plugged in?
Anything can be played acoustic, or sometimes the song just lends itself to it. I kind of hear it when I write a song. I can kind of hear the song in my head finished.
Right.
Like if I'm just playing the acoustic guitar, I'm hearing drums and bass and singing and everything going on. Subconsciously, I'm hearing it in my head, which is kind of weird, but it's just something that's always been like that for me, which makes it a lot convenient when you're writing, when you can, imagine stuff and actually hear it,
Right. Now, when you're singing a song, what goes through your mind? Because I just read an article on one singer, and he says, what goes through my mind is paying my next bill. So I was wondering what goes through your mind.
When I'm going to get laid next.
Oh, that's probably that same day.
No, nothing. What goes through, I try to get into the character.
Cool.
You try to listen, what the words are about, and like on this album, the song "I Know," for instance, it's got a very creepy kind of intro vocal, and then it goes into the rest of the song, which is a totally different type of singing.
Right.
So, you just kind of get into character. It's like acting in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you write the lyrics first or the music first? What comes first?
I write the lyrics last.
Right.
I hate writing lyrics. I hate it. It's very difficult for me. It takes me a lot of time, and so I usually save that. I'll like make stuff up, but I don't really do the finished lyrics until I'm actually in the studio.
Right.
Actually, some of these songs, I wrote the lyrics the day I was singing them in the studio. It's true.
Cool. Now, going into the studio, is everything really serious, or what do you do? How do you have fun in there?
Well, I can't really say what I do. So I don't want to go to jail again. I don't know. We just have a good time. Going in the studio is a lot of fun.
Right.
Because you're making something. It's like a painter.
Right.
You're starting from scratch, and you're making something. So, I like the studio a lot. Because you can do anything. It's a great canvas. And my attitude is just to go in there and just have fun. You have to be serious to a point, but you don't want to be too serious because then you get all tight and you're not loose. And you have to be in the right vibe when you're in the studio recording.
Cool. Was making this album like a milestone for you, like something you really wanted to do?
Well, I mean, every time I make an album, it's amazing, and I'm still alive making one. So that's it was great because I always wanted to do something like this, and after we lost Matt, that was a traumatic period for everybody. And I think, it just seemed like if I was going to do it, that this was the right time to do it, and also wanting to get the rest of Chris's music out. It was so the timing was right. It wasn't anything that was like, I've wanted to do it for a long time, but I've never really had the time to do anything.
Right. Is there anything else that, like, coming up that you really want to conquer?
Yeah, I'd like to have a vacation.
Yeah, me too.
That would be cool. Well, my next goal, the next goal is the JOP record. I was been telling everybody I did this solo record with all this stuff, which is very versatile, and now my next mission is to do the heaviest album I've ever done.
Cool.
So there ain't going to be any flutes or any pretty singing or anything happy about it. It's going to be dark. It's going to be disgusting. It's going to be the heaviest thing I've ever done.
Cool.
I really want to fuck with everybody because they think now I did this, so I'm going, sorry.
Wow. When you get the tour,
the JOP record, thinking you're going to hear Soldier, you're sorely mistaken.
Wow. How is the response like when you go overseas, like different countries?
Well, that's great over there. I got a huge following over in Europe, which is great, and I love going over there. You know, it's they're a great audience because they're very musical for some reason over there. I guess it's in they take it in school. It's mandatory to take music in school there. So,
Right.
they're very knowledgeable fans, but, you better be good. I mean, they're great fans, but if you go up there and suck, they're going to let you know about it.
Cool.
Like, I still have friends that I've known for 20 years that I'll have come and oh, John, thank you so much for the tickets. By the way, John, this was the worst show I've ever seen. I'm like, well, thank you very much. But this is true, because that's how honest they are.
Wow.
John, do you not feel well today, John? Because this is the worst vocal performance of the tour. So I'll remember that when you ask for tickets next year, fucker.
Yeah, definitely. What's the feeling like when someone comes up to you and says, can I have your autograph?
Oh, it's great. I love giving autographs.
Cool.
It's cool. It's very, it's humbling,
Right.
But I feel you owe it to them. They're the ones who are out there. Well, they used to buy your records. Now they just download them for free. But I mean, they still, they're your fans. They're the people that supported you all this time. You can at least give them, what's it take to sign your name? About 8 seconds?
Right, yeah.
If you can't give them that, then,
Wow.
What good are you?
Cool. What's your
Plus,
feeling?
usually they'll buy you a drink and stuff, too. So,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So what's your feeling about downloading?
Well, not a good feeling. You want me to be honest with you? It cost me a fortune.
Right, yeah.
Sucks. But, the internet is good in a lot of ways, but boy, man, it's definitely took a chunk out of my wallet.
Oh, yeah, definitely, so, cool. Well, thank you, Mr. John? No, I got John. Yeah.
John. Yeah. That too.
Yeah. Would you like to say anything in conclusion?
Just thanks for the time, and I hope you enjoy the album, and I'll see you on tour, hopefully.
Thank you, man.
All right, buddy. You take care now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.